side. You can gift to a child.
This is the job for Sponsor Jobs.
This is what happens on Sponsor Your Job. Next time, get matched with candidate Indeed jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Gear up, Jeep lovers. Saturday, June 27th from 11 to 4, head to Jim Marsh Chrysler Jeep for the Gear Vehicles and Dirt Road Cred Gear Up event. Custom Jeeps and Gear vehicles available for sale. Meet Matt and Ryan from Dirt Road Cred, plus Natalie from Vehicles. Enjoy barbecue, Jeep group meetups, vendor displays, training demos, and a Mopar $1,000 giveaway. It's family friendly, adventure packed fun at 8575 West Centennial Park. Don't be old. 27 at Jim Marsh Creek.
Sports update to you by the William Hill Neville Sports Account. And earn up to a $250 bonus bet after playing your wager. Sign up today.
Season schedule, it will consist of 4 games, 2 home games against Utah and San Jose, and 2 on the road as they'll take on the Kings and the Sharks. The first one will be on the road in Ontario, California, as they face the Kings at 6 o'clock on September 19th.
Now back to Field Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
All right, moving along on a busy Tuesday. Alex White, she's here. Cofield. MMA time. Let's talk to RJ Clifford here on a what I'm calling a maddening Tuesday. RJ, what's going on, buddy?
How are you doing?
I don't know. I'm not good. I'm very angry today. A lot of things. It's sport. Get you worked up. I will tell you one of the things that I did not put on the Cofield as annoyed list was Conor McGregor making the rounds on a lot of talk shows. Should I? I mean, we just watched a Stanley Cup final here with Carter Hart, who was embroiled in a very controversial, rape trial a few years ago. And NHL fans do not forget with Carter Hart. What do we do with Conor McGregor since he's had so many issues and he was convicted in a civil court?
Yeah, I mean, he has a history, no doubt about it. I guess if there's a silver lining to anything is when he's in fight camp and fight mode, he generally stays out of trouble. So maybe the best thing for him and everyone around him is if he's constantly staying busy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The man has a history that's terrible. I will just say, though, I think consistency is important. I mean, every time Floyd Mayweather fights, do we do the same thing? I mean, every time the Kansas City Chiefs come to town, do we let half their roster that has a rap sheet come here as well? I mean, you start closing the door on Conor, there's a lot of athletes you have to close the door on. So I guess it's kind of up to everyone's individual perspective on that.
Well, I can tell you, if Rashee Rice is driving around Las Vegas, the day before the game or game day, I'm staying at home. I'm not going to be around that jackass. Okay, we got some fights announced. RJ Clifford's with us talking some MMA. Ian Machado Gary is going to be fighting Makhachev. That is in August 15th in Philly. And I kind of like what Gary said. Do you agree with him that he would be a better champion because at least he fights consistently?
Well, that's always been what fans want, right? Is they want their champions fighting exciting, fighting often, and defending that title on a regular basis. Islam Makhachev being a devout Muslim, he doesn't fight during Ramadan, so that takes a big chunk of his time away. And the welterweight division hasn't ever been better, which is saying a lot considering the division of George St. Pierre, Matt Hughes, like loaded right now. And Ian Machado Gary is going to be understandably a pretty sizable underdog to the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world, Islam Makhachev, but he's definitely got a diverse skill set. I think it's 70% trash talking, but I think 30%, I think there's some truth to that. Is staying active is great for a fighter, especially since Islam went up from 155 to 170. So now that weight cut is, 15 pounds less brutal. Activity is always good for a fighter that's healthy.
Are there new rankings out? And I know it's sponsored by Meta, but it kind of sounds like something Meta. And are we letting the robots take over? Is there no human interaction here or involvement?
So my understanding is people are saying that the verbiage around it from fans is that it's AI. It isn't. It's mathematical, which is a little different. It's just like a formula. So you're not just saying, hey, ChatGPT, you tell me the top 10 flyweights in the world. It's here is the parameters that we think is most important for deciding who the best top 10 fighters are. We will plug in all the data that we have and then outputs the the lineup. So with that being said, it's something that can be maybe adjusted over time. The formula can change. It can be improved upon. But there's been enough scrutiny around how the rankings have been tabulated the last, decade or so that trying something new, even just letting math do it I think it's an option. A lot of people are saying, hey, let's at least try this because what's happening so far isn't working. And then you can always say, Cofield, well, it's the math.
Right.
The math said it. Don't get mad at me. You're arguing against math.
We love numbers on this show. Justin Gaethje coming off a massive win, career-changing win, unless he decides to walk, at UFC White House. Sarukian could be the opponent, and I feel like maybe there's some pre-fight hype going here. Can you explain the story of Sarukian apparently bet? I don't know where he got down $1 million. I don't believe that part, but that he made a big bet on Gaethje, cashed in, and now he wanted to buy Gaethje a truck.
Yeah, so Arman Sarukian's father is a billionaire,
Okay.
billionaire. Not an exaggeration, it's the truth. So it's kind of sweet that he decided to do the hardest sport you could possibly do, even though he can just live on a yacht the rest of his life. So he said before the fight that he would buy Justin Gaethje a truck if he beat Ilia Topuria, and he did. Gaethje said, no, I don't want it. He feels like it's kind of, acquiescing to Arman, so Arman's mad at him for it. Kind of weird, right? I mean, you got, the son of a billionaire and now Justin Gaethje, a multimillionaire, saying, I don't want your present. I mean, because there's a good chance that they're going to fight too. So I don't know, Cofield. Maybe it feels like to Gaethje, that's kind of like a big brother move. It's like, oh, here you go, youngin'. Like, here you go, you poor only millionaire and not billionaire. Let me buy you 4 wheels to get you out of the poor house and over to the welfare line.
It's condescending. If I hit a MMA bet for $3 million and I was like, RJ, I'm going to buy you a $70,000 truck, would you take it from me, knowing that basically this is Cofield's truck? I'm his boy now. I own him.
I would be your boy the rest of your life, Cofield. If it came with the 70,000.
That's a real
truck.
man.
I do not have. I'm also not a UFC lightweight champion, the most exciting fighter of all time. So, like, hurting my pride doesn't really take a whole lot. You're not dragging down a giant fortress, shutting down my pride.
Anyone who wants to buy Cofield a truck or Alex a truck, you can go and buy us a truck. I don't know if Alex wants a truck, but And Alex makes lots of money winning all these betting contests. What is going to happen at 155? Well, what's next for Gaethje? I'm assuming he's staying around. So is that going to be the fight?
Gaethje's saying he wants to stick around. He's now the lightweight champion off the one of the biggest singular wins in MMA history, and I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that. When he beat Ilia Topuria at the White House, Arman Sarukian, if it's just pure sporting, is the #1 contender. But like you mentioned, Conor McGregor, Max Holloway going down International Fight Week, July 11th. Conor beats Max Holloway. He'll probably be able to fight anyone he wants at whatever weight for whatever hardware he wants to. And I think, there would obviously be a lot of wailing and gnashing of teeth that Conor McGregor might cut the line and get a title shot at 155. But if you love Justin Gaethje, as everyone knows, fighting Conor McGregor is like finding a winning lottery ticket. You can't get mad if he says, yeah, I want that big, giant Conor McGregor payday and fight.
RJ Clifford's with us talking about UFC as we head toward a card on July 11th right here in Las Vegas with Conor McGregor on that card. It's expected to be one of the biggest of the year. Well, we know Josh Hokett shacked a fool in the cage. Some people liked it. Some people hated it when he said that Michelle Obama is a man. Daniel Cormier was one of the people who did not like it. He said, I absolutely hated that. He needs to do better. Hokett came back and said, I've been nothing but nice to this fat cow pig. I'm not here for unity. In reality, there never will be unity. He's very smart. I come to divide people's faces. Okay, all right. All right, how do you take Hokett, ripping a guy who's a very accomplished MMA dude and amateur wrestler in Cormier?
Hokett just knows how to make friends, What can I say? Yeah, I mean, look, Hokett's bit, it's one of those things where you see, I feel like there was at one point in Conor McGregor's career where he turned into Conor McGregor, like the act became the man. I think that happened with Chael Sonnen. At some point, the act became the actual man. And with Colby Covington, at some point, I feel like the act became the actual man. We're not at that point with Hokett. He's still just doing an act. He's doing 17 of them. I just hope that his act that isn't good or really, I think, all that funny, but it's just something. And I think MMA fans are starved for anything. I hope that he doesn't actually become one of these 17 characters that he's doing, because they're not good. And he's so talented and athletic, powerful heavyweight with NFL and D1 wrestling experience. It's just a gold mine. I mean, if he were a deaf mute, he would be a star because of what he's doing at the weight class and how his fights are performing. For him to just kind of keep this up, hopefully someone gets in his ear and says, like, you know what? You're doing more harm than good, even though you're getting a couple extra people paying attention.
Cormier does have a belly now, and he was never like, workout warrior in his MMA days. He's probably 290 now at, 5'10". If he and Hokett met up at a bar and they just got to grappling a little bit, what would an aged Cormier do? Would he get taken down easily? Or we've always heard about Cormier's hands and his arms and like his neck control. Like, would he actually be able to lock up with Hokett and throw him to the ground? That's
a great question. I mean, he's well into it. Daniel Cormier is well into his 40s. 2 Olympic cycles, 2 division UFC champion. Like, I had 7 pro fights in a junior college wrestling career, and I still can't back up my truck and look over my shoulder. My body is so messed up. I can only imagine how destroyed Daniel Cormier is, and Hokett's just in his mid-20s. So I don't know, man. I don't think if you go by pure resume, wrestling and fighting, TC demolishes Hokett, and it's not even close. Yeah. But this version of DC, who knows? I can dream. I have my hopes that when an old guy gets ripped on and called a fat pig by a guy who's in his prime, that the old man still has his old man strength and like the hand strength and the neck control, where he would whip him around like a rag doll. But maybe that goes bye-bye when you get to a certain age. Cormier actually had something pretty interesting. We only got like a minute left here, and you and I have gone round and round on why UFC has not invested in more of the elite American wrestlers. And he said something like a lot of the wrestlers would rather just go, I guess, coach in college and, coach for like $200,000 rather than fight. Have you heard that again, the money, I mean, $200,000 a year it's nice money, but the dream of making millions and achieving in MMA, I mean, UFC has to have money to invest in these guys, doesn't it? Well, I think that's just one layer of the same problem. There is, and this is a good thing coming from a lifelong wrestler. Like, there's money in wrestling at every level now. There's NIL in college. Several very, very wealthy wrestling fans about 3 Olympic cycles ago made it a point to say, if you get a gold medal, if you get a medal in the Olympics, we will take care of you financially. Coaching salaries, like DC mentioned, have gone up. And it's not just that there's not the UFC isn't paying. The regional scene pays nothing. You think UFC pay is low? Try fighting on a regional scene. We got about 15 seconds, RJ. 15. So there's just way more money in wrestling now than there's ever been, and the allure of MMA and getting punched in the face isn't keeping up. I hate to hear that. All right, RJ, have a good week. We'll talk to you, buddy. Later, guys.
The Golden Circle Sports Bar inside Treasure Island is the ultimate spot to catch all your favorite sports on huge video walls. 55-plus TVs offering ideal views from every seat, gourmet comfort foods, craft beers on tap, and all your favorite beverages. Plus, Treasure Island is the only place on the Strip with free parking.
Plumbers, HVAC techs, contractors, and DIYers. McFadden-Dale Industrial Hardware has the tools, parts, and supplies to power your next project. Open early and stocked with everything you need. Stop by South Decatur near Russell. McFadden-Dale Industrial Hardware. Fast, easy, and built for the pros.
Graduation season is here. Make beating the crowd easy with Portive Subs. Fresh, crowd-pleasing subs that are simple to order and ready to serve. No stress, no hassle, just great food for a big moment. Order now at portivesubs.com. Portive Subs, big subs for big moments.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Portive Subs.
There's a difference you can feel when you step into the showroom at Finley Honda Henderson. Sure, our cars are beautiful, built to last, and our certified pre-owned inventory is one of the largest in the country. But the difference is our people. From the sales floor to the service department, we're focused on you. Because when you're the center of our attention, everybody wins. It may not be what you're used to, but we think it should be. Welcome to The Difference at Finley Honda Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall.
Miss a show? Check out lvsportsnetwork.com for everything ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM, KWWN Las Vegas. It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
James is here. It's Cofield, Alex White. Reno is in, brought to you by Battleborn Injury Lawyers. 766-1400 is the call from anywhere in the state of Nevada number. We're tracking baseball as we head to an A's game. A's are taking on the Giants. That's a mess right now. We'll have to get to that later on with Rafael Devers. I don't know what they're going to do with him, as he was defying Vitello, the manager, who has now just been labeled for life as the college manager. I wonder if that's going to happen to Dusty May. We got a lot of Dusty May to get to. I'm not a Dusty May fan. I don't know what all this nice stuff is today. I think what he did was absolute crap. So a lot more coming up, a lot of rage, a lot of voice of reason from Alex White. She's here as well. Before we get to the big four, that is a discussion last hour that we need to continue. And that discussion was when your enemy or someone who drives you nuts is doing really well and buys you something, and they're like, I'm going to give these to you as a gift. So Armin Sarukian is a UFC fighter. I didn't even know about the whole background that apparently his dad's an oligarch and a billionaire. So he already had the money, but his story was, and I think he's making this up, his story was he bet $1 million on Gaethje. Gaethje was like, whatever he was, 450 to 550 as a dog. Sarukian supposedly wins, $4.5 million. And he even said before the fight, hey, if you beat Topuria, who's a massive favorite, I'm going to buy you a truck. So then Gaethje just went on Joe Rogan, and they were talking about it, and Gaethje's like, no, I'm not accepting his truck. Like, I'm not accepting another man's truck. So I kind of took it as, like, it was a little bit of like, not homophobia, but a little insecurity about a dude buying a dude a gift. Like, okay, get over that. But I totally am down with the point of pick out someone you don't like, or maybe even somebody you don't get along with well, right? And they hit it big. They win a big bet. And you know why they're giving you something. Just to kind of rub it in your face.
Well, yeah, and if they're supposed to fight here later, I mean, the trash talking that he could do and kind of hold that over him. Plus, he doesn't really need him to buy him a truck. He might not have as much money, but he can go buy himself a truck, right? So, and the other point is he didn't win that fight for him and his bet. He won that for himself and to prove that he could. And he pretty much dominated that one. So
he did. Will there be some satisfaction to taking the truck and then like driving it off a bridge without you in there? Like somehow rigging it so you ruined it, you wrecked it, ram it into a wall?
I don't think so, but
I'm trying to think of how I would do that and not die.
I mean, it would be better to take it and gift it to somebody who does really need it, right?
Ooh, you're smart. That's why you're the voice of reason today. Like, take it, drive it for a week and go, you know what? I don't need this.
Yeah.
Here, give it to charity.
Yeah.
Or maybe give it to someone that Sarukian really hates.
Yes, there you go.
I don't know the background. I could, in this scenario, I gave James a scenario. I'm not going to mention who it was, but it was someone who broke through, was successful. And I said, that person bought James a truck. And I said to James, would you take it? And he's like, nope. I could name by the end of tonight, because I'm doing a show right now. So my hate-ometer is not flowing. It's sports radio flowing. I could name at least 20 people who could give me a truck that I would not take it from. At least 20.
And that's 6 p.m. You don't have very long because you're gonna have to finish the show.
We do the show 6 to midnight. I can come up with 20 people. On the ride home, I could probably come up with 15. And there may be 4 more fresh ones just driving around town. I would never take a truck from you. You ran a red light. Where's your turn signal? Now, here's the great thing about Alex. I think we could give her a week. And I don't think you could come up with one person that you really dislike where you would say, I would not take a truck from him or her. Maybe an ex. Say, look, she's got nothing. Because you're nice. I don't think you're vindictive.
Well,
I don't forget.
Nice guys take girls to finish last, so maybe I need to
toughen up.
Get pissed off at the NFL for today.
Don't mock my anger. How dare you? What a great troll though. Like someone hits it big and they're like, I can't stand.
It's pretty good.
I can't stand that person, so I'm going to go out of my way to buy them something, to give them a truck. You poor, helpless sap. Justin Gaethje. Here's my Russian truck.
I was going to say, I don't say much because I'm not that into UFC and MMA and everything, but I do like to follow it. I do like to watch some of the big fights. And that was I was very interested in that whole segment right there with you and RJ. So, including the whole truck part, right? Now I want to see if those two are going to fight.
Would you like to go down the path of Conor McGregor?
And Conor McGregor.
Did you read the notes on that one?
Yeah, I did read the notes on that one. Confused though, because it's kind of, I mean, most cases,
he was found liable in a civil court in Ireland in order to pay 250,000, whatever their money is, pounds or whatever else, and that's on his record. He is a convicted rapist.
Jeez.
And he is fighting here in Vegas. Because then there's that whole discussion of, hey, the court says something. Do you honor it and do you move on, or do you hate that person for life?
So what's the part though? He tried to appeal it twice.
He's also that was the first time a conviction went through. He's also had
I do
5 or 6 other allegations of either sexual assault, sexual misconduct, or lighting some dude up at a bar. So he's a bit out of control.
Yeah. He hasn't been in the spotlight, so we've kind of forgotten.
Well, there's also the issue of, we don't have to go down this path for very long, but there's also the issue of, I thought we were in mass worried about immigrants who are criminals and not allowing them in the country. Jimmy Fallon's got him on last week. And our buddy Ariel Helwani was cozying up to him as well last week. All right, Big Four time.
Battleborn Injury Lawyers presents The Big Four at 4. Number 4.
It's a Tuesday, so you really can't have a video of the week, but if there was a video of the weekend, did you see the Marlins game? They do what you guys do over with the Aviators, right?
Yeah.
What is it, Bark on the Berm?
Yes, it is every Wednesday.
All right. Bring your dog to the park. Miami's got Bring Your Pup to the Park Day. They got one dog on TV with his loving owners chomping away at a hot dog. And there's another one. I don't know whose dog that is. That better not be their dog. There's another bigger dog sitting there in a seat, just looking at the dog eating the hot dog. Like, I'm so hungry right now. I wish I had a hot dog. I don't know why it caught me, because I'm not like a giant dog person, but I like animals in general.
It's hilarious.
It's great.
And at first he looks at the dog eating that dog. Then he looks straight at the owner that gave the dog the hot dog. And he's just like, yeah.
Where's mine?
Really?
I don't know if the Aviators do this, and I have no idea if they do this in MLB parks, but I'm very cheap. I don't think I'm buying a stadium hot dog for a dog. Do they have special doggies for the dogs?
And not that I'm aware of. I don't think so.
I mean, Marlins Park is probably a little cheaper than most major league parks, but it's still got to be, what, $7 for a hot dog?
Yeah.
Am I a terrible person to animals if I won't buy a dog a $7 hot dog? Would you? You would. I know. I can already tell. James is saying no. You would?
I don't know.
2 dogs for $14? I mean, yeah, at that point you have to. If you got 2 dogs, you got to buy the second dog a hot dog. I'm saying dog a lot.
Oh, not there. They could share one if I have 2 dogs.
I don't even buy myself hot dogs at games.
Hill mobile app. Enjoy specials like $3 Mick Ultra bottles, $5 neutral cans, and more. Visit goldencasinovgroup.com for details. Must be over 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Attorney Justin Watkins with Battleborn Injury Lawyers. When you think Amazon, you picture the blue vans. But every day, regular, untrained people in regular, unmaintained cars are delivering Amazon packages as flex drivers. And if they're in a crash, Amazon may suspend their account. So the last thing they want to do is tell the truth. Those lies could leave you fighting for thousands of dollars instead of millions. At Battleborn, we'll find out if they're delivering for Amazon or any other platform. Call Battleborn Injury Lawyers today at 766-1400.
At Land Rover Henderson, we make luxury service simple. We offer same-day appointments, complimentary loaner vehicles, and concierge-level care designed around your schedule because time matters. Our experienced team is here to keep you moving with the attention and professionalism you would expect from Land Rover. With a 4.8-star Google rating, local drivers trust Land Rover Henderson for a premium service experience. Come see us at Land Rover Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall, driving excellence, delivering dreams.
Car won't start, dog needs meds, and you still haven't made a will? Life happens, and Radiant Start Checking helps you handle it. 24/7 roadside assistance, pet care savings, and virtual vet access. Even tools to create legal documents like wills and powers of attorney. All included for $7 a month. Radiant Start Checking from Westar Credit Union. Visit westar.org/RadiantStar to learn more. Radiant Start Checking has a $7 monthly benefits fee. Activation required. Terms and conditions apply. Share savings with a minimum balance and membership eligibility is required to become a member. Insured by NCUA.
Here are today's 100 days of summer promotions at Terrible's. Terrible's is offering 50 cents off per gallon, and it's Terrible's Tuesday. Terrible's Gaming is giving away $500 in free play to 5 winners. Visit Terrible's.com for details.
My name is Christina Martini, and I attended the Mark Patrick seminar. And because of the seminar, I lost over 27 pounds in a course of about 4 months. And I just want to say how grateful I am and happy for the seminar. And I'm glad I attended.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Lose the weight or stop smoking, only $59.99 guaranteed. Seminar is Sunday, July 12th at the Santa Fe Station Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Weight loss hypnosis at 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis at 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Don't miss the William Hill Radio Show, hosted by Paul Howard. Now live every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. at the William Hill Sportsbook inside Palms Casino Resort. He'll break down all the latest betting action, including the odds, matchups, and who bettors are backing the most. After the William Hill Radio Show, make the William Hill Sportsbook at Palms Casino Resort your home for betting with live, continuous in-game wagering. Don't miss the William Hill Radio Show every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
After an accident, you don't want another headache dealing with the insurance companies. Let us get you all the money you deserve. Call 877-1500. That's 877-1500.
Murder and Row is the way to go. Call 877-1500. 877-1500.
Randy Westbrook Managing Attorney.
Bring on the fun and bring home a new Honda with a great deal on an Accord or Accord Hybrid. New roads, great deals. A new Honda. Make every moment with a new stylish and sophisticated the 20 APR on the 2026 Accord. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2026 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kbb.com for more information.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs. Fresh, craveable, and loaded with flavor. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
All right, coming up on the halfway point of the show, lots to get to. Cofield and Company, Steve Cofield. We're on ESPN Reno, ESPN Las Vegas. Alex White. She is here. We just watched the Astros and Toronto go to extras, so they're 6-6 now in the 12th. Sometimes these score boxes, I can't read them. No, it's 10th. 10th, my bad. See, I can't read it. The 10th. I got excited. All right, so obviously I'm very worked up about a bunch of stuff today. And we'll get to Dusty May in a little bit. The Sorsby thing annoys me to no end. So if you didn't see it, Brendan Sorsby basically banned from the NFL. Now, they're not going to use that language, but banned from the NFL for now. They announced about 5 hours ago, sending a letter to Sorsby. Not much of an explanation, but we're not going to do a supplemental draft. So immediately people ran to the conclusion, oh, they're sending a message. Gambling, you got a problem, kid. NFL, integrity, can't let a gambler in. And I mentioned about 15 minutes ago, well, let's have them say that's the reason. Alex, why won't they say that?
Well, I said not just the NFL, but a lot of the leagues are in bed with the sports books and have deals and get money and that is why they have to have all the starting lineups and all this stuff. So I don't know. I guess I would say, well,
it's an optics issue. If they go after gambling, then people immediately are going to be like, hey, what about all these partners in the gambling world? That's exactly why this letter they released has really no reason. And they're not going to say, essentially, this is a ban for your gambling in college, because they can't do that, because then they know they're messing with their money. And we're closest to this than anyone in the country. So I think we look at it a little bit differently in terms of the evils of gambling. The pearl clutching is convenient at times, and it really irks me. Ray Cleaver's with us from William Hill. Ray, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing better than you, apparently.
Well, first of all, I'm always on the side of labor, and I'm on the side of kids, and people should get a right to work and get a right to play. And if they're going to be suspended or banned from a league, then it needs to be laid out in writing as to why Sorsby is banned. And then, the NCAA did it, whether the judge agreed with it or not, or, the Big 12, there was all that legal fight that was going to come up. At least they said it. I don't respect the NFL right now. Say it. If that's the reason, say it. Otherwise, he should be in the league. If he's not going in the supplemental, then he should be a free agent.
I think the NFL, I read that letter from top to bottom, and I think the NFL did a pretty good job of explaining why he's not getting in. He used it as a resort because he couldn't get any more NCAA eligibility because of his gambling. Now, the gambling wasn't as big an issue as what I think most are making of. The problem was, one, he tried to cover everything up. Two, he went over state lines and shipped money in excess of $5,000 numerous times when he was in a state that legally did not accept gambling. He broke the NCAA bylaws numerous times. And I know I'm the wrong guy on this because I'm one of the few who believes Pete Rose should never be in the Hall of Fame. So I just don't know why the sympathies with him.
No, hey, Ray, let me break in for a second. Your point about Pete is actually that makes you the right guy, because I see so many people who are duplicitous in the way they talk about Sorsby and the way they used to talk about Pete Rose. I am with you. I'm one of the few Sports Talk Radio people from the get-go who said Pete can't be in the Hall of Fame. He should never be in the Hall of Fame. And I'll tell you now, with all the Sorsby, all the people who are kind of backing what the NFL and what college football is doing here, I don't ever want to hear Pete Rose's name again. Because if it's good for this kid, then Pete's gone forever. Sorry, rest in peace. But they lifted the ban. He should never get in.
I also think that Sorsby should just put his nose down. Now, let's face it. He left Indiana to go to Cincinnati. He goes to Cincinnati. Then he wants a better deal. He goes to Texas Tech. Then they tell him he's not going to be able to be eligible at Texas Tech. So he files an injunction. This is a kid who just believes the world owes him a living. He doesn't like his current situation, no matter what it's in. If you talk to most gamblers, that's the situation gamblers are in too. But he has never been happy. And what they're doing is they're letting their 5-year-old kid have cookies out of the cookie jar after they've told him no at least 50 times. This guy is not good. He doesn't have integrity. I don't know if teams really want to trust him. The NFL hasn't had a supplemental draft in 4 years. They just said they're going to do business as usual rather than having a supplemental draft for one guy that they really don't want to deal with this late in the offseason. And if he puts his nose down, works really hard, in less than 10 months is the NFL draft again, and he is eligible for the 2027 NFL draft. To me, this is a win-win for everybody. We don't have to deal with Sorsby anymore. Next time we'll talk about him is where he's going to go in the draft. He can work out. He can get a quarterback coach. He can do all the things that make him special to the teams. He was going to have a pro day. Well, why not still have the pro day, show off your talents now, and then have a pro day right before the draft? Let's see where he ends up in 10 months, which to a 22-year-old kid is an infinite amount of time. To a guy like me, it's just next week.
If you're Sorsby and his reps, would you play in one of our American minor leagues or the CFL?
No, for the fear of getting hurt, I really wouldn't, unless there's a lot of money. I mean, I'll be honest, let's face it, this guy loves money. There's no doubt about it. But no, I really wouldn't. It's 10 months. It's still April. Just back off. Take your name out. Work on your reputation. Talk to some people about gambling. Try to help your situation in the eye of the public. You sue the NFL, you're going to get everything you deserve. Just back off. Get rid of the legal side of this thing and turn it into a football side of thing and a character thing, and he'll come out a winner.
Ray Cleaver's with us, William Hill. Liberty Aces go at it tonight. The New York Liberty and the Las Vegas Aces. This is a big game, very big game. These are two of the better squads in the WNBA. Getting action on it?
Yeah, I talked to our NBA head, Dave Lieberman, and he said there is a ton of action on the Liberty and Aces, and a lot of action on the Aces and over the total today. And that total is extremely high. I believe it's like 179 now. Looking at the current lines, 177.5 looks across the board, 178 maybe at another. But that's a high total. But if you want to be on the book side, you want the Liberty and under. If you want to be on the public side, it's Aces and over, and they'll probably split. So there you go.
How much did you guys post on the NBA draft? Because it feels like Vegas has gotten more and more hesitant on this draft in particular.
Well, we did quite a bit. We did through the top 10 picks, and we also had players under 20 and 30. But the problem is Nevada Gaming. They make us shut it off a day before the interest really kicks in. It had to get shut off yesterday in Nevada. We do get quite a bit of action from around the country because other states will take it right up till an hour before. But as far as Nevada, I mean, it gets cut off. But, yeah, we're taking, 500 to a dime on certain bets. And there's plenty of action, plenty of forecast. It looks like AJ is going to go number one now.
What's the World Cup been like for you guys at William Hill?
Oh, my God, disaster.
Oh, no. How come all these old guys scoring?
Yeah, breaking news. Thank God Harry Kane didn't score a goal for England today, as nobody did. Draws are our best friend right now. Anything 0-0. But when Haaland, Mbappe, Messi, and then today Ronaldo, I mean, they're all scoring 2 goals. It's like the gamblers are backing the Brinks truck up to the books to get all the cash out. So, yeah, it's been extremely, extremely ugly. And it wasn't bad until this weekend, in all honesty. It really wasn't. We were losing on USA and Mexico games, but as a whole, it was about a break even. It's no longer break even. It's public a lot. The book, very little.
Liabilities on countries. You in bad shape on anyone?
Yeah, Netherlands and Portugal. We're good. We're in good shape pretty well. USA doesn't count because if USA wins, we may need more than Tillman Fertitta to bail us out.
Oh, by the way, that was a perfect opportunity to slip in a Brendan Sorsby joke.
It really was.
But you're a professional. You're a professional. You're above that.
I try to be. I try to be, Steve. But it's if the USA wins the cup, we're really in a lot of trouble. But the interest level with the U.S. being that they can advance further has just created a monster. It really has. The World Cup is probably as I'm addicted. I admit. This morning I'm watching Portugal win 5-0, and I'm at home on a day off, and I'm watching the darn soccer. I wanted to know what happened to the real Ray, because I never used to watch soccer, or as they call it, football.
Ray Cleaver's Brothers, William Hill. Last minute here. I know you guys are adding to the NFL board. What'd you add to the college board? I know you expanded the menu.
Yeah, we got exact wins up for college football, the Big Four conferences. So if you think somebody's going to far exceed, you can get some pretty good numbers. We got alternates up 6+, 10+, 12+. I know Alex is into the college football scene. And we have all the conferences up. So take your shot and see what's happening. But the college and NFL football boards are really big right now. So take a look at the William Hill app. It's the best board there is.
Ray, we appreciate your time, buddy. And I don't necessarily agree with your opinion on Sorsby, but we'll probably go round and round on this because it's not done. You know that. There's going to be lawsuits filed, and we'll talk about it more. But the gambling addiction thing is very interesting.
It's part of what makes it great that with your professionalism and what we do for a living, it makes it a lot of fun to argue once in a while.
Thanks, Ray. We'll talk to you, buddy.
See ya.
Yeah, on Ray's thing about waiting, not waiting. I don't wait.
I thought he made a fantastic argument.
No,
I really did.
Not waiting.
And it's
10
10
months in
months.
eternity.
You're in a good.
I don't
spot.
like that.
Let it go.
He's not in a good spot. You got to sue.
The Golden Circle Sports Bar inside Treasure Island Hotel and Casino is the best place to watch games on the Strip. There's a huge video wall and over 55+ screens throughout the bar. Place your sports bets at the new STN Sportsbook. The menu with the Golden Circle Burger, the Linebacker Bison Burger, Philly Cheesesteak, the Polish Sausage, and so much more is dynamite. The Golden Circle Sports Bar's happy hour is amazing with $5 draft beers every day from 10 a to 6 p. Treasure Island, the Vegas destination for those seeking a contemporary resort experience with an ideal location on the Las Vegas Strip. And remember, parking is always free.
Gas costs more, groceries cost more, insurance costs more. So when's the last time something actually got cheaper? Well, for a limited time, Meineke is offering a synthetic blend oil change for just $24.95. One of the best deals you'll find anywhere. Performed by trained, certified technicians and backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. But don't wait. Schedule today at Meineke.com. Meineke, doing car care right.
Are you drowning in debt? Looking for a way out? Panda Law Firm has you covered.
Our legal team has more than 60 years of combined experience in debt relief and consumer protection. We've helped countless clients break free from the burden of debt.
If you've got more than $10,000 of debt, it's time to get Panda. We'll work to find the best solution for you.
Don't let debt hold you back. Contact Panda Law Firm today and let us help you reclaim your financial freedom.
If you've got debt,
call Panda Law 702-818-3888.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Your summer food game is only as strong as what you're working with. This July 4th at Lowe's, get up to 45% off select major appliances and save up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, save $50 on a select Pit Boss DX Smart Electric Smoker, now $249. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Don't miss the William Hill Radio Show, hosted by Paul Howard. Now live every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. at the William Hill Sportsbook inside Palms Casino Resort. He'll break down all the latest betting action, including the odds, matchups, and who bettors are backing the most. After the William Hill Radio Show, make the William Hill Sportsbook at Palms Casino Resort your home for betting with live, continuous in-game wagering. Don't miss the William Hill Radio Show every Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
All right, home run in the Astros game. Damn it. Got to root against all these AOS teams. We rotate co-hosts. I can't remember who I said stuff to. I did point out I still think the Astros have a chance. Their pitching just has not gotten better. Brown is back, so that helps them. But, man, they can hit.
That was to me, yeah.
That was to you?
Yep.
Yeah. And they haven't made up much ground, a little bit.
No, but they got someone back in their bullpen that was huge.
Well, they got Hader back.
Thank you.
So that helps a lot.
Yes.
And then I was whining earlier off there about Anuel Dos Santos, who I have in fantasy, who stinks. It's been terrible since I had him. I almost did a rage cut earlier because I was so mad about sports radio stuff. And I'm like, I'm cutting him. Like, calm down. Calm down. Be patient. This is the way you finish 11th every year in fantasy baseball. Be patient. We got, is this Panama, Croatia going at it? Okay. 35th minute. We had a draw earlier. How much have you been watching? Are you watching a ton of World Cup or not?
Not enough.
All right.
I'll put it on in the background, but I can't say I'm really like.
But England and Ghana draw.
That's funny. He said draw was his best friend. That just was in regards to the goal scoring.
Right.
Because before that, if you were betting the draw on the three-way, you're doing pretty good. Because they'll give you a pretty good plus price for most of these on a draw.
Didn't you have a goal you found? Was it Mitch? Our buddy Mitch over at VSiN?
Yeah, he put together the three big names that Ray just mentioned to each score 2, and they all did yesterday. I believe it was.
What'd that pay?
That's what I'm. It was funny that he said that because I think it was like 15,000.
What?
He put $100 on it.
Wow.
Let me find it.
Good for him.
Yep.
Maybe he'll buy me a truck. I would take a truck from Mitch. His partner, I would not.
FOMO. I didn't bet those yesterday.
That truck story goes back to last hour. We'll have to explain that later on.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a lot more on Sorsby, and Ray Cleaver came in and was disagreeing with me. How dare he? So Brendan Sorsby is banned from the NFL. They're not going to say it that way. They sent him a letter, and they basically said, like, well, you did get your application in 3 days before the deadline, but there wasn't an explanation. Okay. So wait, Josh Gordon with drug issues, Terrell Pryor with who knows what that was at this point. It was NIL collectibles. That was fine. Generally, supplemental draft is someone who's run out of options in college. They're troubled. Now the NFL. Now they're going to draw the line. But you agree with Ray?
I think he made some good points, but I think to your point, it sucks because the NFL and some of these leagues are so case by case, and they are not consistent, and that's what drives you crazy because it's like this is not fair to Sorsby. But then going back to the whole, well, if it affects certain partnerships and things that might have more integrity than we do, and it bothers them, then.
But they're not going to say it's a ban because of your gambling because it affects their money with their partnerships with sportsbooks.
No.
So we're not going to get everyone's going to run with this. Well, the NFL did what college couldn't do and couldn't enforce. Did they? They won't say it. Say it. Say it. But they know that'll be challenged. And this kid absolutely should sue. Just because you fight for yourself, and yeah, you're trying to find loopholes at times, just because you fight for yourself does not mean you're entitled. I wasn't going to sit there and argue over the transfer portal with Ray, but he was kind of getting into this kid has left every place because he didn't like it. You know what? If I could leave this job every year and have my pay doubled and tripled, I'd be gone in a heartbeat.
Whoa.
And that is but
what
that's
about Dusty May?
but and we haven't gotten to that yet. But there is some thought about loyalty. And the players are called disloyal all the time. When a coach leaves after a bunch of players have committed as freshmen and out of the portal and recommitted, like their point guard recommitted, we'll get to good old Dust because no one wants to touch Dusty May because college basketball is a mess. Can you blame them? I can.
Great rates with Create. Let your money elevate. Every swipe, every day. Watch it grow while you wait. Great rates with Create. Turn a little into great. Feels good, feels safe. Great rates with Create. Great rates with Create. Let your money elevate. Every swipe, every day.
Visit createcu.org today and learn about the great rates at Create Credit Union. Funds privately insured by American Share Insurance.
Great rates with Create.
Sign up today for a new William Hill Nevada mobile sports account, and you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your first qualifying wager. The William Hill Nevada mobile sports app allows you to bet on the go from any iPhone, iPad, or Android device from anywhere in Nevada. Sign up today and you will never miss another bet. With the largest wagering menu, the mobile sports app features same-game parlays, early cash out, and live in-play wagering on all major sports. For more information, official rules, and to see participating sign-up locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There's a difference you can feel when you step into the showroom at Finley Honda Henderson. Sure, our cars are beautiful, built to last, and our certified pre-owned inventory is one of the largest in the country. But the difference is our people. From the sales floor to the service department, we're focused on you. Because when you're the center of our attention, everybody wins. It may not be what you're used to, but we think it should be. Welcome to the difference at Finley Honda Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall.
Nothing I hate in the car business more than a bunch of damn liars. That's why I created Give Me the VIN. Put in your license plate number. We'll buy your car. Do what we going to do. We're going to come to you with your path. I had to say about GiveMeTheVIN.com. It's real. It's here. We're the Amazon now of car buyers, and we want to buy yours.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Get ready, Las Vegas. The Vegas Classic Car Festival rolls into the Ahern Luxury Boutique Hotel this weekend, and spectator admission is free. Join us Saturday from 8 to 4 and Sunday 8 to 2 to see more than 200 classic cars, hot rods, muscle cars, and customs throughout the hotel and the covered parking garage. Enjoy food, drinks, vendors, and entertainment all weekend long. For details, visit ahernhotel.com. The Vegas Classic Car Festival this Saturday and Sunday at the Ahern Luxury Boutique Hotel, powered by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys.
The LGBTQ Center of Las Vegas provides a range of health and wellness services in a safe and non-judgmental environment. You can get fast and comprehensive HIV testing, as well as screening for STIs for little to no cost. Appointments are recommended, but walk-ins are welcome. Located in the heart of Las Vegas near downtown, the center also provides an on-site pharmacy. Get more information at thecenterlv.org. This message is sponsored by a grant through the Sands Corporation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
This Father's Day, put the focus on Dad's happy place, his garage. Shop more ways to organize, more ways to build, and more ways to spend time together with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him a rolling toolbox or a wall-mounted organizer to keep it all in place. Or save on power tools like the Ryobi 2-tool driver drill combo kit for just $99. Make Father's Day about building something together with a little help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See HomeDepot.com/price match for details.
Gambler's Bonus hits again. On April 26th, Deborah hit 4 fours, clearing her Gambler's Bonus 4-of-a-kind bingo card for over $14,000. Deborah hit big, and so can you with Gambler's Bonus. It's why you play the game.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
All right, NBA draft is coming up. We'll get into that and also what's going on for the NBA Summer League back for another year here in Las Vegas. Albert Hall is up with us, the VP of Operations with Alex White. She's here, and Cofield as well. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, guys?
We're
Pleasure
good.
to be back. It's just draft day. This is like Christmas for all of us. Very exciting.
I love draft day. I don't know how this gets solved. I wish we could get more hyped like the NFL draft. It's just that everything gets so condensed at the end of the season with the NBA.
Exactly.
I just wish you had a little more time because this draft is set up nicely, Albert. We've got all these diaper dandies, as Vital would call them, who just put on a showcase the last year or so. This is a good draft.
But that's why we have Summer League, so everybody can come to Summer League instead of going to the draft and see them actually play.
Yeah.
Versus hyping them up around a bunch of music. But it's a great setup for us. About but 30 years, a lot of talent at top, but also depth. A lot of depth. I mean, you're looking at guys that are in the 20s that won a lot of games in college, have good play, played overseas. So yeah, we're super excited and a lot of star power.
AJ Dybantsa expected to go number 1, and he had grown before some markets got pulled down to like as high as minus 550 to be the first pick. Kendrick Perkins has been all over him, saying he's not really impressed by him. He thinks he's basically just Brandon Miller with the Hornets, who's actually turned out to be a good player. I don't know if that means he's a number 1 pick, but why do you like Dybantsa?
Versatility. I mean, he can do a lot in today's NBA with the length and the skill set that he has. I mean, playing multiple positions. It's the eye of the beholder, as we all know. Do you think this guy can fit your program, what you want to do with your coaches, be successful? So, I mean, I like AJ. I love Darren Peterson. I like a lot of players in this draft that may be a little bit later that you're going to value, like the Aments and Kingston Flemings of the world, the John Yaxel during the college, not even projected in the lottery. So lots to be like. They all want to make a splash too. So I would expect a potential couple surprises, but maybe even a couple trades.
Let's go a little deep dive here because you mentioned Micah Nori, so I'm going to try to mine your knowledge of him. How much do you know about him? And I think it's really interesting. If I read reports correctly, I think this is a short-term deal, so I'm not sure whose decision that was, but he's getting an opportunity. What do you know about him?
Very nice guy, like knows his stuff, been around, has put his time in on several staffs. I mean, I can probably tell you he's been in at least 10, 15 summer leagues, of working and coaching teams there. So one of those guys who you really just hope gets an opportunity. The 1-year deal with options is not ideal, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like the guys believe in themselves, and if he can really get players to perform, which seems to think the management up there seems to think that he can, like, support him. So I'm hopeful and excited about these young guys getting opportunities. I personally miss a lot of my older coaches. I think there's a lot of good basketball knowledge and wisdom out there that still could probably help teams in a lot of ways, but maybe they're just not in a head coaching role. So that's kind of a nutshell.
NBA.com Summer League /2026. You can get your tickets for the games at the Thomas and Mack, July 9th to the 19th. Let's stay on this path. I don't know how much you know about Dusty May. I know that he was a manager at one point. I like that he's risen to NBA coach, but he's leaving Michigan to go to the Mavericks. Why do you think some college coaches haven't worked in the NBA, and why could he work?
You know what? I think personally, it's a matter of adaptation. Some of the guys who didn't work in the past were it's my way or the highway type, and I think we all know we have to deal with young people a little differently these days. As a guy who has a daughter who's 18, but at the same time, it's like just the adjustments that certain guys can make to this system. Even if you go back to the Boeheim days, and he's like, "Hey, I don't want to do," or other guys were like, "We don't want to do one and dones," and then Calipari said, "Hey, we'll do those all day long and turn them into pros." So now it's kind of a new evolution of, I think, the coaching too. It's like, hey, take what we have. We can be smart about these rosters, bring in a couple players that fit the coach, and start to develop it that way. You saw, our guy Mike Brown in New York do the exact same thing. They just changed it up a little bit, played guys maybe a little less during the season, went to the bench a little more, and voila, they got a championship. So I wish it was that easy, but those are the types of little tweaks and changes that some of these new coaches may make that could really bear fruit.
I find this coaching thing fascinating. Would you rather coach in the NBA or in college basketball? College basketball gets a bad rap now because of the changing rules and the lack of guardrails. Where would you rather coach?
I'd rather coach in the NBA.
Yeah.
Personally, I think the highest level. I love college basketball, and I love the guys that are associated with it. I just think you can really fine tune your craft and get these guys really performing at the highest level at the NBA. Not that they don't in college, but as we know, I mean, DeBonce's been there for 9 months. Peterson's been there for 9 months. And then that's really hard to manage that over and over. And I think the NBA, if you have a good organization, which who knows where Vegas ends up and Seattle and some of these expansion, there's a blueprint out there and on how to get good. And it starts with obviously good players, but good front offices, good ownership, and the coaching.
Albert Hall, VP of Ops with the NBA Summer League, is here with us on ESPN Vegas, ESPN Reno. Okay, back to the draft. Okay, I think this is a great example. You talk to a lot of NBA people. With Darren Peterson, I'm guessing the casual fan would say to you, Albert, the guy's always hurt. He's got issues, got hamstring issues. What would you tell him about his NBA future?
I'd say go look at when he dropped 62 points on DeBonce in high school. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
The guy's pretty good. He's pretty darn good. He's got size. You're looking at that. Look at what Dylan Harper did. To me, he's very similar, but I just think you can only read into it. And unfortunately, it's the college game. Now you have manipulation of, hey, how many minutes the guy going to play? How many games he going to play? Could it hurt his stock, et cetera? You can't read into too much of that. The guys that know, who work him out, who played against him, they know he's an alpha. So I think that's where you have to look at and just say, look, these are, everyone's going to have their opinion, but at the end of the day, there's plenty out there that are in support of a player like DP.
I was surprised to hear someone breaking down the 5th pick with the Clippers and saying, well, they're looking at, say, Wagler, or they're looking at Acuff, and they have a lot of small guards, so why would you want another small guard? I kind of feel like this draft could be the rebound for the small guard because, generally the league and leagues will follow trends, and Brunson breaking through and winning a championship, I would think, would convince more people that, hey, you know what? Your lead player, your second best player can be a guy who's 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, I mean, what it boils down to is can they win, right? That's what it boils down to. It's just you have to have winning players. I mean, Brunson is an A1. I don't care who's saying what. He's just a flat-out winner. And so some of these other smaller guards, they have to prove that they can not only lead a team, but they're win. And they can get – and winning means getting other people in the right spot, the right position, as we saw Jalen do. But the small guard, look, there's always a home for the small guard, especially if you can put it in the hole and get buckets. I mean, that's what Jalen does too. He drops 30 a game. So if you can do that, there's a spot for you, no doubt about it, whether you're 6 foot or 6'10". But I think that there's some really good guards too. If you talk about the small guards, like later on, like I was pumping up a guy, the kid at Stanford, the point guard, the Okori. I mean, you got Braden Smith. I know a lot of guys like him. From Purdue, NBA guy, he might be a late first, second round who's, 5'11", but can really play. And Jaden Bradley from Arizona was a guy who won a lot of games as a smaller guard, lead guard. So it just depends. It's the eye of the beholder, as I said, but it's also fit. And then what's the makeup of these guys? And the beauty is you can come to Summer League, see it all firsthand, make your own opinion and your own assessment.
There you go. Albert, when they go up to buy tickets, what can they get? And in terms of the extended packages and VIP experiences?
Sure. We have tickets available now, general admission, reserve, some courtside, some experience tickets. Go to NBAevents.com. Tickets start as low as $50 plus fees. So we're really excited about being able to make Summer League affordable. I mean, imagine going to up to 8 games for that kind of number. It just doesn't happen anymore. And, we've decided, look, we're not going to go in there and gouge anybody. We're excited about keeping those prices healthy. And for us, it's really a way for the city of Las Vegas, the county of Clark County, to come out and really support Summer League from start to finish, not just the first weekend, and show that Las Vegas is worthy of this NBA franchise that could be coming there.
Last one with Albert Hall from the Summer League. Giannis gets moved. I didn't like the return. Can you make me a strong pitch on what the Bucks got back in terms of Hero and Ware and all these picks?
Look, it's draft capital that they didn't have any of, which is always nice. But I think Hero's a good player. Khalil Ware was first team rookie. So it's not like they're, guys that are getting that are unproven. They've proven that they can play. But now, again, it's going in and filling out the rest of the roster. And it comes down to, okay, do you think you can win a championship right now, or are you positioning for the future? And I think Miami's going all in, obviously, but now they have to fill out the rest of their roster. So, look, that's a never-ending challenge in the NBA. And that's why guys like Bob Myers are back in there, because he was really good at that when he was running the Warriors. Now he's running Philly. So imagine they're going to be in the middle of a lot of stuff here. But that's what it comes down to, is just the fit, the right people. And then at the end of the day, you just have to have good players.
Albert, we appreciate your time. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. We'll see you at Summer League. Take care.
There he is. Albert Hall, VP of Ops at the Summer League, NBA.com/Summer League. Look it up. Get your tickets. We'll give away tickets here in less than 3 minutes. So they just did walkouts, kind of introductions for everyone who's at the draft in the green room. It's interesting. So young. So many young guys. Keaton Wagler is one of the really good stories in this. So Wagler had a really good freshman year. I mean, like, really exploded. And it actually exploded because there were some injuries, and he took over the team and started running the point, but had some big point outputs. Like a year and a half before he committed to Illinois, he's thin. And he was really thin back then. He was a couple inches shorter. And our guys at UMKC, Marvin Menzies and Joe Esposito, they moved on. They made a change at the top there. They were one of the offers to Keaton Wagler, like less than, a year and a half before he arrived at Illinois. And then he started getting more attention, filled out, got bigger. Like those are the kind of stories that are cool with the NBA, especially we know on the international side, most people don't know who the international players are, but the upside and the rapidity, that's not even the right word, but the rapidness with which you can move up and become an NBA player. Now, I don't know, in his case, he might not be a guy for like 4 years, but that's where the NBA is now. And it's probably a little closer. And maybe this is why it's not as popular as it used to be. It's probably a lot closer to MLB draft than it is to the NFL draft.
That's true. So you're not going to see them right away. And that's what people kind of need. So they don't get as hyped about the draft, right? Because they're just going into the system. And it'll be some time. But yeah, that is a good story. That's pretty wild to make that kind of leap about looking at those kind of colleges, going to Illinois, getting the playing time, and now being projected, 5th or 6th?
Correct. I think the other intriguing one, and the names on this are pretty big, especially more with Cameron Boozer because of Carlos Boozer, but Koa Pete also comes from a sports playing, family. They're all linemen. Between Boozer and Pete, and the other guy to look at with the same kind of body type, that's 6'6" to 6'8", 230 to 250, is Josh Jefferson from Vegas, from St. Mary's, from Iowa State. Is he a tweener? Can he survive as a small forward? Can he play some 4? Can he be a stretch guy? Because he's a massive dude and he's thick. And they're all kind of have that same build, but all 3 are projected to go in the top 20 of this draft. We will throw to the draft a little bit live once the picks start coming down around 5:20. But on the way back, we got a lot more to get into with Brendan Sorsby and Dusty May leaving.
Plumbers, HVAC techs, contractors, and DIYers. McFadden-Dale Industrial Hardware has the tools, parts, and supplies to power your next project. Open early and stocked with everything you need. Stop by South Decatur near Russell. McFadden-Dale Industrial Hardware. Fast, easy, and built for the pros.
A synthetic blend oil change for just $24.95? Seriously, in today's market, that's one of the best automotive values you'll find anywhere. But this isn't just an oil change. Your vehicle is serviced by trained service technicians, and every visit includes a free digital inspection, and every service is backed by a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. But don't wait. At $24.95, this offer won't last forever. Schedule today at Meineke.com. Meineke, doing car care right.
Around at Godden Ford, right off 215 and Rainbow, they've got the ride that's built to haul, crawl, and roll. The F-150, America's #1 truck with power you can feel. Want to rumble off-road? Get behind the wheel of the rugged Bronco, built for grit and guts. Or take the whole crew in the sleek, powerful Explorer. Head to GoddenFord.com and saddle up for your next adventure. Godden Ford, family owned and run in the West since 1922. Let's ride.
Beat the heat with some cool cash for betting sports on the William Hill mobile app. With the William Hill Cash Rewards program, you can earn up to $500 in cash. Earn summer rewards points for mobile wagers made until August 31st. Win or lose. You can earn even more rewards points for teasers, parlays, and same-game parlays. Sign up for the William Hill mobile app today and opt in to enroll in summer rewards. To see participating locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Fenway Park is the setting as the Red Sox host the New York Yankees Saturday at 9:30 and Sunday at 4 on ESPN Radio Las Vegas, 1100 AM, 100.9 FM.
Brought to you by Paul Pata Law. It's not about the injury, it's about the recovery.
Listen to UNLV Sports right here on ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM, KWWN, Las Vegas. Live from the Findlay Toyota Studios, it's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
All right, here we go. 5 o'clock hour. Alex White's here. Cofield, Steve Cofield and Company, ESPN Las Vegas. James is here as well. NBA Summer League ticket time. We got a pair of tickets. 364-1100, 364-1100. Caller 7. You are in. You want to go to NBA.com Summer League or go to UNLVtickets.com to get your Summer League tickets if you don't win these. Caller 7, 364-1100, 364-1100. Also want to remind you, we are doing the Lotus Summer Fun. Every week we give away a different trip. You can win these trips. ESPN Las Vegas listeners win these trips. As we've come together with Terribles and Baylaw injury attorneys for the Summer of Fun. Every week we give away a trip. It's going to be all about USA with the 4th of July coming up, Hawaii, Southern California theme park trip, Yellowstone, Mississippi River cruise, staycations, or you can just take the money. That'll be $3,000 we give away every week with our Lotus Summer of Fun. All you got to do is text in our code word of the day. Code word today is fireworks. Fireworks. Plural. Fireworks. 702-364-1100, 702-364-1100. Fireworks. And the trip we're giving away is to Boston and Philly. I was saying last week, we were talking about big cities on Friday, because I think the World Cup's been a good celebration of big cities. If people in this country don't appreciate our big cities, then the hell with them, because international travelers really have appreciated our big cities. And one of the places I've never been, it's actually the biggest city I've never been to, is Boston.
Wow. I've never been to Philly.
Love Philly. So obviously some similarities to, cradles of old timiness in the USA, right? Our original Patriots, the real Patriots. Not the Belichick Patriots or the Kraft Patriots or the Vrabel Patriots. We'll get to Mike Vrabel in a couple minutes. I exploded about 2 hours ago on Mike Vrabel. I'll have to get back to that one. Just this whole, the NFL, the integrity. Oh, boy. Yeah, we've been talking about the inability for us to push back at times, not only on Sports Talk Radio, but you guys. You pick a side, and I don't understand the side you're choosing. Let's play this game starting with little guy North Dakota State. North Dakota State and Sac State are moving up to FBS from FCS. Sac State is a relatively newly funded program. North Dakota State's got like 18 national championships. They were looking for this challenge. We talked to North Dakota State fans. We talked to North Dakota State media, and I was kind of blown away by the fact that they were winning so often that it was actually kind of getting boring to them. And they're like, we're ready for the next challenge. Should they have to sit out 2 years of probation? Because they were either going to vote on it today or tomorrow, and we will probably get something closer to certainty on this. What that means is if they can be FBS right away, they can make a bowl game. They can also challenge for the Mountain West Conference title, which if people don't realize, North Dakota State joined the Mountain West. So they're in there with UNLV. Right now, they're going to play the regular season schedule, and then they could have the best record in the regular season, but not be eligible for the title game or a bowl game.
I think this is one of the dumbest rules that there is. I don't even really understand why they have to sit out and it has to be a probation period. Why did they start that?
I think the concern was the jump up physically. I'm not that worried about that. First of all, they moved them in the Mountain West, which has some size, and it's a little bit bigger than the FCS, probably a little bit faster than high end FCS. I think the other concern is, hey, do they have the wares to compete financially? Well, you're making them pay. The NCAA requires a fee, and then both schools paid like $15 to $20 million to get into their respective conferences. They clearly have the money, so they don't need time to warm up to it. I'm all for it. I'm all for North Dakota State coming in. They're going to play the schedule, so why not allow them to potentially compete for the title and play in the title game?
It's crazy how many times we've seen it too, right? James Madison, there's another school that couldn't be bowl eligible, but got the 6 wins their first year at the FBS level and could have won or even played, had a chance to win the conference. So yeah, I think we need to get rid of that one. But who's voting on this today or tomorrow?
Let me look it up. It's in the link.
Okay. So I know that's how they've done it in the past.
Well, with JMU kind of showed, and I don't think North Dakota State is going to be that much different than James Madison. I think they're going to come up and play competitive football right out of the gates. So, and James Madison has been ridiculous. Yeah, it's the NCAA Division I Council.
Okay.
Scheduled to meet today and tomorrow, and they'll discuss a proposal that would eliminate the postseason waiting period for programs transitioning from FCS to FBS. So it's North Dakota State and Sac State.
And the initial college football rankings, I'm seeing CBS right here. They have North Dakota State right in the middle.
Where are they ranked?
In the conference, 5th.
And then overall, they're ranked 109. I think that might be low. And I'll base it on this. It's very interesting. CBS national rankings for college football. UNLV's 46th. New Mexico's all the way down at 75. Last I looked, and you have the SOPO odds, I'm sure you can get. New Mexico's right there on the odds board. Now, this can also depend on, well, for conference odds, it doesn't matter what the schedule is because they're all playing the same schedule. Anyway, so UNLV 46, New Mexico 75, Hawaii 93, Air Force 96, 109 in the country is North Dakota State. And then from there, Wyoming, Nevada, San Jose State, Northern Illinois, UTEP, all between 116 and 131. So that's a pretty big gap between UNLV and New Mexico.
That is.
Too big?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. I think it is funny because Ray said that football has been pretty hot right now with all the conferences and divisions and everything for college and NFL. And I think it is. It's like from getting right when you get to July, it's like, okay, got to get football mode. So that's how it is for me.
I think the gap is too big. I don't know if that means UNLV is closer to like 65 or New Mexico is closer to 55.
Right.
But by the odds at William Hill, New Mexico is the 2-1 favorite to win the conference. UNLV is plus 220. Not far behind them, but that would suggest that a 30 slot gap is not correct. Hawaii is just off the pace at 4-1. Air Force is 650. And then from there, it drops to 16-1, San Jose State. Right now, and I will remind people again, because people didn't understand a month ago when I told them this, when we put out graphics and odds boards, it doesn't have North Dakota State because you're not qualified to play. And I got a lot of, well, you missed a team or that's going to change. Well, until it changes, they can't book it.
Right.
So I can't make up the odds. Now, the interesting thing about North Dakota State, beyond that, is my guess is they will slot in right behind or in front of Air Force. So they will, as a first-time competitor in FBS in their conference, they will be somewhere between a 6 and 9-1 favorite to win the conference. Their win total is 9.5.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's 9.5. Ready for the juice on the over?
Yeah.
The over's plus 180. The under's minus 220. So that 9.5 number doesn't look like it was the best number.
No.
because they're playing the regular conference schedule, and I'll look up their non-con.
So that means,
but they haven't had a chance to beef up their non-con to be super aggressive and make money out of the beyond conference play.
I was gonna say too. I know how good they are and have been in FCS, but I would take a shot at that under, but not at that price. So that means the books put out a bad number and have way too much money on the under. They are begging you to take over 9.5 wins.
Looks like their non-conference is Jacksonville State, Fordham, Sacramento State. And there's one more in there somewhere later in the season. So, but they have aspirations. Their fans were talking about, hey, we want to get on the schedule. I mean, they're going to try. They want to get on with Wisconsin and Minnesota because those are regional rivalries. Will those schools ever play North Dakota State? Kind of dangerous.
Maybe when the playoffs expand again.
I'm trying to find that other non-con. I'm not finding it. But anyway, so their non-conference schedule's pretty manageable. But
so
yeah, 9.5
wins.
Odds?
Do you like that big plus price? Would you take a shot for them to have 10 wins first year?
I bet under. No, I think they're going to be respectable, but I think they're going to have a tougher time than people believe. Funny enough, a good job by JVT yesterday referencing Chris Murray from Nevada Sportsnet. Chris Murray had North Dakota State's coach. He did coach rankings in the Mountain West, the new Mountain West, with these new schools in there. And again, the conferences added Northern Illinois, UTEP. Hawaii was already a member of football. Now they're a full-time member, and then North Dakota State. But he had Polasek as the 6th ranked coach in the conference. I'm not sure that's accurate. Had Jeff Choate at 7th, ahead of 3 other coaches. I think he kind of did that as a local favor. I'm not sure of that one. Had Dan Mullen as the number 1 coach. Had Troy Calhoun. Here, but as I will take in 4 o'clock. I can't wait to see on this. And the
is a major catalyst.
By the way, Internet 512. I want to mark that down. Yeah, the lack of infrastructure, the lack of guardrails. You can hear kind of again, Dusty May didn't say this yet, but you can hear the whining beginning already. And I've been telling you for a couple of years now, I'm tired of hearing this. There is no more whiny group than college basketball coaches. And second, right behind them, are college football coaches. Give me number 2 here. This is Mike O'Donnell, who covers college basketball. We want to get the number 2 pick here first. I'm going to risk it. Give me Mike O'Donnell.
Okay.
Totally get it. You have zero, and not just 0 days off. And people say, well, you're making all this money to coach at this level. You should never complain. Well, coaching burnout is real, and it's always been real. And you don't want coaches to burn out if you're a fan, if you're a player, if you're an administrator. And it's just a fire hose right now they're in the locker room going over transfer portal for next season, getting ready for your roster. Within minutes of getting into the locker room, you're done. Confetti's falling. There's still probably confetti on his shoulders, and he's got to immediately worry about within minutes. Transfer portal's opening. We got to go recruit.
Oh, boo-hoo! Can we stop with this, please? I like Mike, but the fire hose. He's got to think about next year already.
Yeah, that one was bad.
And the worst part is, and I'm backing up because I'm going to start yelling. Let's go up to the number 2 pick here.
2026 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Darren Peterson from the University of Kansas.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people who know of Darren Peterson missing some time. I think his injuries were kind of mistreated, and there might have been some arguing between Camp Peterson and Kansas. So Peterson going to Utah, Washington took Debonsa. These coaches with this constant, the rules are crazy. There's no rules. I don't know what my roster is going to be. Hey, fellas, for the most part, these people are all making $4 to $14 million a year to coach college basketball. You know what part of that pay is for? To be flexible, to adjust with the changes. Now, I don't accept this with the Tom Izzos of the world, who's 70 years old or, and they're like, oh, back in my day. Okay, all right, you're old, you're a curmudgeon. Things have changed. But Dusty May's like, he's not even 50 years old yet or whatever he is, 52. He can't take it. Stay calm. I would love for one of these coaches to say that in front of average Joe person at any job.
Yeah.
Oh, everything's changing. My workplace, day to day, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, neither do I. Neither do I. I don't know if I'm going to have a job tomorrow. I don't know if I have a new boss. I don't know if I have someone who just jumped above me as my new boss. Welcome to the real world. Everything's changing. Technology's changing everything. This bull crap of I can't adjust. Well, then you're not cut out to do this. I mean, who wants to listen to people making 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 million? I can't adjust. What are you, insane? The rest of us work real jobs. You coach college basketball. I can't wait. And I don't think he's going to do it. I cannot wait. I hope he's going to be around for the summer league. I cannot wait to sit down with Josh Pastner. And I'm just going to say, you know what? Do you want to whine about your job? Go ahead. Whine. Whine! And I probably won't be like, baby, whine. But it's so dumb. Who wants to listen to this?
Yeah, but it's
just the pissing and moaning all the time. All right. Here's reality. You're more like a JUCO coach than a Division I coach used to be. Junior college, they have a different team every year.
Yes.
And guess what? There are plenty of coaches who bitch and moan about the NBA. The NBA is not easy either. Most of the players make more than you. That's why you see so many coaches where you're like, who the hell is this? There are 10 coaches around the NBA. I think most of us are like, what? Like, let's be honest. Mitch Johnson, before we started seeing the Spurs blow up, who the hell's Mitch Johnson? You know what he is? He's a young guy. He's pliable. He can make adjustments. He's changing with the times. I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but he's not an egomaniac. You know who couldn't do this job now? Like Larry Brown. You know why most NBA college coaches go to the NBA fail? because they're old war horses. And they think what they do in college, where you used to have control and you could threaten kids and strong arm them and ruin their lives if you wanted to,
Right.
be a Bob Knight. Yeah, you can't do that anymore because the NBA is more like a professional working environment, like most of us work in. I was just complaining about, all of our workplaces. As I always say, this is a wonderful workplace. They leave us alone. We do the show. But like this, they're so tired. Then leave coaching completely. And believe me, the NBA is not freaking Shangri-La. There's challenges in the NBA. I'll give you one of the biggest challenges in the NBA. If you suck as a team, you're likely to suck for a while.
Yeah.
In college, if you can go out and be a salesperson, not only with players, but also with money backers, you can turn things around because Michigan sucked.
Yeah.
And Dusty May went in there and in a couple of years turned them around. And we see that story happen all the time in college basketball and in college football, which is really hard. Indiana sucked forever. Kirk Cignetti went in because he gets the kids, he gets the system, he sells to people. I'm sorry. I mean, how many times have I had to do this diatribe with this? College basketball is so tough. These coaches are just tired of it. Then quit, retire. In this case, he had an outlet. He can go, I don't know what he's making now. I guess he's getting a raise. He's making a lot of money at Michigan.
It's just a cop out, though, isn't it? It's just
So
a
weak.
PR thing that they're just using for these coaches. Oh, just blame it on the state of where college basketball is right now. Why, instead of just saying it is a great opportunity, he met with them, he's decided to move. He's going to coach Cooper Flagg and a young team. It's a very desirable coaching job right now. Don't you think that's really the reason?
That's a good opportunity. Yeah. And I hope.
And they're just saying that, and they're kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, but
So he doesn't
again,
look
I'll
like
say
a
it.
bad guy?
Dusty May did not say any of that I was
Right.
reacting to. Those are reports,
Right.
but we hear that all the time. Oh, they're just tired of it.
But the first one, who was that? He does a podcast.
Matt Norlander's a big college basketball
Yes,
guy.
throughout the entire college basketball season, and he is pretty in with.
But they all
those
do that.
coaches and
Jeff
stuff.
Goodman was
Yeah.
talking about that. The college basketball dork, that guy Josh Pate, who's a bootlicker. He does it. It's like, guys, they're not going to cut your access off if you actually criticize coaches every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this is absurd. This message that's being it's too hard to coach now.
Yes.
Oh, we have to
Agreed.
work.
Agreed.
Give me a break. It's so dumb. I mean, is there anyone listening right now who if you're in the same job or a similar profession as 10 years ago, has your job not changed drastically? And guess what? For most of us, you can't just move on and get a bump in pay. So who are all these people backing? Oh, Dusty May, poor Dusty May, or poor freaking Tom Izzo. It's so whiny.
Especially Dusty May.
He didn't
couldn't even
do it.
let
That's
the-
I'm
about
taking the guy down.
I mean, them saying it about him with the whole. He barely had confetti on him, and he had to think about next year.
Plus, he freaking snapped his fingers though. He had this great freshman. I'm not saying it happened overnight. That's the other one you'll hear is like recruiting now is actually easier than it used to be because it's mostly transactional.
Yeah.
You know what you have within like 3 weeks. That Mike O'Donnell with that. He actually wasn't even part of the cut. I think he said, like, there's never a day off. What do you mean there's never a day off? You coach college basketball. There's lots of days off.
Got something to say? Hit us up on the Bay Law text line. 702-364-1100. Brought to you by Bay Law Injury Attorneys. Winning is no accident.
This traffic report is brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Visit us at jlrlv.com.
Be aware on the 215 northbound Far Hills Avenue to Lake Mead, one lane and the shoulder is closed. Also southbound Lake Mead Boulevard to Summerlin Parkway, one lane and the shoulder is closed.
This traffic report was brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Visit us at jlrlv.com. Here's your chance to own a luxury vehicle at a non-luxury price. Hi, this is Brennan, General Manager at Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Come and see a variety of our certified pre-owned vehicles at Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas or visit us online at jlrlv.com.
Good morning.
Vegas is built on service.
Studio lights on, please.
3 shifts a day.
All right, let's do this.
As your morning begins,
It's showtime.
Stand by.
We have a lot to talk about live on the program for the next 3 hours.
To do our part, News 3 Today delivers Las Vegas stories that shape your community.
Just in some breaking news on the economic front.
So, whether it's late breaking,
breaking news,
bumper to bumper,
Avoid using Flamingo,
or clearing skies,
no showers anticipated.
it's News 3 Today.
Upgrade your sub with garlic Parmesan bread. It's bold and here for a limited time. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Car crash? Got road rash?
Money.
More for me, less for you.
I'm way better looking than that other guy, so I'll get you more. Stop. It's not about the injury, it's about the recovery. Hi, this is Paul Pata from Paul Pata Law. If you are injured due to someone else's negligence, don't drown in all the hype. At Paul Pata Law, you're more than just a case number. You're family, and we'll stand by you every step of the way. Paul Pata Law, we're your personal recovery attorneys. Check us out at paulpadalaw.com.
Beat the heat with some cool cash for betting sports on the William Hill mobile app. With the William Hill Cash Rewards program, you can earn up to $500 in cash. Earn summer rewards points for mobile wagers made until August 31st. Win or lose, you can earn even more rewards points for teasers, parlays, and same-game parlays. Sign up for the William Hill mobile app today and opt in to enroll in summer rewards. To see participating locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, Jackie, thanks for the recommendation. You know, my son got an awesome deal on that engagement ring. He got a custom gold setting and a free 2-carat lab-grown diamond.
I told you, Michael Amen & Diamond Jewelers is the diamond and wedding ring store. They're the most trusted family jeweler in town with the most affordable prices.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
It's JT for Finley Volvo Las Vegas. And how about this deal on a 2025 Volvo EX90, fully electric with 3-row seating, 0% APR for up to 72 months, a $7,500 purchase bonus, and a $1,000 Volvo loyalty bonus. It's all waiting for you right now. Please go test drive a vehicle. You'll thank me for it at Finley Volvo, Las Vegas.
This sports update is brought to you by Dollar Loan Center. Get up to $5,000 in minutes at Dollar Loan Center. Free to apply, and new customers enjoy 1 week of free interest on their first loan. Visit don'tbebroke.com.
The Las Vegas Aviators are in Sacramento. They will start a 6-game series against the River Cats tonight. First pitch set for 6:45. And tonight at 7 o'clock at the Michelob Ultra Arena, the New York Liberty are in town as the Aces will tip off against them just after 7.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
All right, good pace on the NBA draft as Caleb Wilson just went 4th to the Bulls. Cameron Boozer went 3rd to Memphis. Be cool if Ja Morant's his mentor, right? That was sarcasm, by the way. Sometimes you don't pick up on it. Alex White is here. She's doing a good job of being the voice of reason today as I yell about everything. John Browner's in. I wanted to talk some draft, but also wanted to get into the Giannis deal and also Dusty May. John, how you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
We're good. I keep hesitating when our guests are asking how I'm doing because I'm like hyperventilating, yelling about stuff today. I want your take on Dusty May leaving Michigan. I don't like the timing. He hasn't said why he left, but I don't like the college basketball owners taking up for him and saying, well, college basketball is it's ruined and coaches are just tired of this. So let's just start with Dusty May choosing to leave Michigan at this time of the year.
I saw an interview from Dusty May about a month ago that they re-aired, him complaining about how difficult it is for the coaches now, how it's not fair for the coaches because of NIL and because of everything going on. And I just think it's embarrassing for college basketball. You want these kids to give everything. When they weren't getting paid, you want them to give everything. Now you're giving them a little bit of money. Now it's unfair to you as a coach because of the transfer portal, and now things are evening out, and these kids are getting a say in what they do. Now all of a sudden, it's not fair to the coaches that are making $10, $15 million now, coach college basketball. It's a joke. He's a good coach. He's a good coach. He did great with really old guys and against really young guys in the tournament. So we'll see how good he does in Dallas. I think he's a smart coach. But I when it comes to, him changing and going professional at this point, this late in the process, a lot of it just stinks. And I think the coaches have had so much cover fire for so long, for them to now be under fire for moves like this, I think it serves them well.
Why don't more people take up for the kids? Like, the timing on this is awful. He had a bunch of freshmen, really good freshman class. He had a bunch of commits on the freshman front. He had kids come back instead of going somewhere else. Why doesn't anyone care about the kids? I hear about loyalty on the kids side all the time, but apparently loyalty is a one-way street.
The hypocrisy of collegiate athletics at this point. It's a massive hypocrisy. Whether it be the situation that they let Dusty May just walk off, or they chain these kids to these scholarships that they want to say that they give them. I just think that in the world we live in now, everything needs to be far more transparent. And for him to have left the team in June, like, it's June, the tournament didn't just finish. The Dallas job has been open for a while. I just don't understand why there is not a way for everybody, once you get in this particular window, you can't transfer and you can't take a new job. Nobody protects the kids in this situation because there's no union involved, and these kids are not coordinated when it comes to having a voice when things like this happen. And so the only thing that the kids now have is at least they're getting paid. At least they're getting some type of compensation for their likeness, because it was bad for a long time. It's not better. I mean, it's a little bit better, but, it could be worse for them. But I'm lucky that at least now financially they're being compensated.
John Browner is with us from the Sporting Tribune. All right, give me your feedback on the trade of Giannis, first from the side of the Bucks and what they got in return.
I thought the Bucks did very good in the return. I like Khalil Ware a lot. I like Jaime Jaquez. I think he's going to get more playing time. I like the draft picks that they got. They made sure they got those when Giannis was 34, 35, 36, where the Miami Heat may be in decline. Pat Riley might be gone. And so the wizardry of the Miami Heat may start to dissipate at that point. But I thought Milwaukee did as best they possibly could. Giannis had diven his way year after year after year with no positive return. And as what I was saying today, they still wanted him to stay, but they couldn't get him to commit to sign another extension because he doesn't want another $250 million for 4 years. And so they tapped out and let him go to a different team. But I thought Milwaukee got very good compensation for the trade. I wish it would have been Jaylen Brown, but I think they got good compensation for what they gave up.
Why do you think they passed on Jaylen Brown? We had seen some reports that Jimmy Haslam, who is now a 25% owner of the Bucks, why Milwaukee would want that, I don't know why any fans would want Jimmy Haslam, the Browns owner, is anywhere near that organization. But his thought was, hey, we need more certainty. I would much rather have Jaylen Brown and picks than Tyler Hero. Ware's interesting, but I still feel like the Bucks, there had to be a deal out there that was better than this one.
This is all you need to know about Jimmy Haslam as an owner. He traded Myles Garrett after he set the all-time sack record in the NFL with absolutely no one else on the defensive line. And then you traded that guy. So that goes to show you all he knows about certain things. Jaylen Brown would have been, in my opinion, a better fit for that roster that they have before the trade than Giannis is. Jaylen Brown's a better dribbler. He's a better shooter. He's a better free throw maker. and he's a better defender at this point in his career. Giannis has done nothing for the last 4 seasons other than complain or be injured. And so for this idea that wasn't a better trade because you wanted certainty, what they wanted was pick, what they wanted was cap relief. And because when you don't get cap relief and you don't win a championship as an NBA owner, the benefits don't always outweigh the risk. So Jimmy Haslam is the worst person, and now he's bleeding into the NBA, and so this buffoonery has now reached Milwaukee.
The backcourt of the Miami Heat, as it sits now, Davion Mitchell,
Drew
Smith, Norman Powell, Pell Larson, and I've read people say, "Hey, you know what? The Heat are the favorite in the East." I think Giannis is awesome. They do have good front court players, but are they the favorite in the East?
Absolutely not. By the way, Norman Powell will not be on that team next year. He's a free agent, and the Heat only have $18 million to go forward with. That's and not just like for him or $18 million in cap space. Like they have $18 million period to fill out the rest of their roster. And so this idea that Norman Powell's going to play for let's call it $10 million when he was an all-star last year, which means he can make far more money than he's ever made on any contract in his entire NBA career. It's a joke that Norman Powell will accept a lesser offer than what he can get max somewhere else. So I don't like this trade for Miami, to be perfectly honest with you.
Wow.
You have Bam now, and you have Giannis. They pretty much play the same position. They occupy the same space on the floor. Neither one of them is a low block post player. Both of them are really multifaceted, off the dribble drive to the basket guys. I don't see how these two can coexist. I really don't. This doesn't bring back the days of Tim Duncan and David Robinson, where guys have they require the same space, but they have different skill sets. These guys have the same skill set, and they occupy the same space. I just don't see this happening at all. I don't see how this is a championship favorite in the Eastern Conference at all.
What do you think of the deal that got overshadowed? And that was Julius Randle, Minnesota sending Randle to the Nets, and in return getting both the 28th pick and the 33rd pick.
It just shows how much of a nothing burger Julius Randle really is. Because this feels like a salary dump. This is another one of these second apron moves. For some reason, they valued Ayo Dosunmu, who they got in a trade from Chicago at the trade deadline last year, over Julius Randle. That's the only reason why this move makes sense. Because they could have paid Ayo, but they would have gone into the second apron. They didn't want to do that, and they pretty much gave Julius Randle away to get that money off their books. So it just shows that he's a nothing burger, man. You can't win with him. Everywhere he goes, they seem to get better when he leaves. So I'm interested to see how the Wolves look next year.
Sporting Tribune's John Browner's up with Cofield and Company, ESPN Las Vegas. We just had the 5th pick in with the Clippers. They took Keaton Wagler from Illinois. Now Brooklyn, Sacramento, Atlanta are up. Was there a player in this draft who maybe wasn't A.J. Debonsa that you had your eye on, you think is going to be the best of a draft that has a lot of 2, 3s, and 4s?
That's a tough question because I think it went the way it was going to go 1 through 4. I think that's the talent measurement. The only guy in that group I don't like is Darren Peterson because there's too many red flags around the kid who tells you he doesn't necessarily see himself. He's an introvert and he's a loner. These are his words, not mine. They asked him, has he been watching the NBA Finals? He said, no, he just got a new dog, so he's been really busy with that. Like, this guy gives off so many red flags that to pick him number 2 after taking Ace Bailey last year, who didn't work out for you in Utah. Darren Peterson didn't work out for Utah. So I don't really know what that's going to look like going forward, but I like Darius Acuff Jr. a lot out of the top 4. And for the Clippers to have passed on him for Keaton Wagler, I think that's the first mistake of the night.
I agree. I don't like the paralysis by analysis and overdoing it with the fact that Wagler's a little bit bigger in terms of height. I think Acuff's going to be freaking awesome. Let me close out by going back to one more thing on Dusty May. Is that a premium job because of Cooper Flagg? Like, is that the job? I mean, not every job is open. Is that the job you leave college for? Whatever you're making, $8-10 million a year to go coach the Mavs?
No. To me, this is a fool's errand. The ownership of the Dallas Mavericks, the days of Mark Cuban are long gone. Sheldon Adelson, who passed away, his wife now runs the team. And the reason why, depending on who you ask, But the reason why they traded Luka is because this was a vendetta against the city and the state of Texas because they wouldn't let them build a new arena with a casino in it. And so they said they were going to tank the team. And literally they tanked the team. So for Dusty May to, again, leave a set job at Michigan, talk about a sure thing, at Michigan, to go to whatever this is now that's operating in the front office at Dallas, it makes no sense to me. The timing of it makes no sense. The move to that team in particular, coaching Cooper side is great. Disney kids didn't want to do it anymore. So I don't it's not like coaching Wemby. So what's happening in Dallas is been a shock to me the last couple of weeks with the firing of Jason Kidd, the bringing in of Dusty May. And I think it all really goes back to the front office. I think there's a lot of dysfunction in that front office, and that's going to start coming to a head soon.
John, good spot. We're up against it. We appreciate it. Let's talk next week, okay?
Absolutely.
There he is, John Browner, Sporting Tribune, one of the fine cast members of Sporting Trib Today. That is an evening show, Sunday to Thursday, up online at Sporting Trib on Twitter. Battle for Vegas is back, and now we're less than a week away as it's coming up this weekend, June 27th. You can get your tickets, the charity softball game between the Raiders and VGK, Ticketmaster.com. Caller 7, you'll get a chance to get 2 tickets. You will win 2 tickets and not get a chance. You will win 2 tickets to see Team Riley Smith against Team Brock Bowers. Caller 7-364-1100.
Get ready to fall in love with your next SUV at Finley Volkswagen Henderson. Right now, you can lease the all-new 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan S for just $259 a month for 36 months. With turbocharged performance, a bold new design, advanced safety tech, and a spacious interior built for every adventure, the Tiguan is the SUV everyone wants to drive. And it's all for just $259 a month. Find your vibe at FinleyVW.com. Drivers wanted.
Restrictions apply. OAC $39.99 to its signing. Excludes tax, title, license, options, and dealer doc fee of $498. Expires June 30th, 2026. Finley Volkswagen.
The Golden Circle Sports Bar inside Treasure Island Hotel and Casino is the best place to watch games on the Strip. There's a huge video wall and over 55-plus screens throughout the bar. Place your sports bets at the new STN Sportsbook. The menu with the Golden Circle Burger, the Linebacker Bison Burger, Philly Cheesesteak, the Polish Sausage, and so much more is dynamite. The Golden Circle Sports Bar's happy hour is amazing with $5 draft beers every day from 10 a to 6 p. Treasure Island, the Vegas destination for those seeking a contemporary resort experience with an ideal location on the Las Vegas Strip. And remember, parking is always free.
Nothing I hate in the car business more than a bunch of damn liars. That's why I created GiveMeTheVin.com. Go to Give Me the VIN, put in your license plate number, we'll buy your car. We do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it without a bunch of games. We come to you with a check or pay off your payoff. Look at what people have had to say about GiveMeTheVin.com. It's real. It's here. We're the Amazon now of car buyers, and we want to buy yours.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Fresh meets craveable with the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs. Freshly sliced turkey, crispy bacon, and creamy avocado stacked into one seriously satisfying sub. It's rich, it's fresh, and it's built to hit every craving. Order now in store or at portofsubs.com. Turkey, bacon, and avocado. Fresh flavor, fully loaded.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
One moment can turn life upside down. Your comeback starts with the right team by your side. At DeCastro Verde Law, we've spent decades helping injured Nevadans take back their lives. We never back down. We never give up. We're the DeCastro Verde Brothers, and we have your back. Together, we win.
BrothersWin.com.
At DeCastro Verde Law, the brothers have your back. BrothersWin.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong?
I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code BALANCE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code BALANCE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code BALANCE to borrow up to $10,000.
There's a difference you can feel when you step into the showroom at Finley Honda Henderson. Sure, our cars are beautiful, built to last, and our certified pre-owned inventory is one of the largest in the country. But the difference is our people. From the sales floor to the service department, we're focused on you. Because when you're the center of our attention, everybody wins. It may not be what you're used to, but we think it should be. Welcome to The Difference at Finley Honda Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall.
Sign up today for a new William Hill Nevada mobile sports account, and you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your first qualifying wager. The William Hill Nevada mobile sports app allows you to bet on the go from any iPhone, iPad, or Android device from anywhere in Nevada. Sign up today and you will never miss another bet. With the largest wagering menu, the mobile sports app features same-game parlays, early cash out, and live in-play wagering on all major sports. For more information, official rules, and to see participating sign-up locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cofield and Company presents Grab Bag on ESPN Las Vegas.
Stick your hand in there, Dave.
Okay, so Brown goes to Brooklyn, the Louisville kid. Keaton Wagler went 5th to the Clippers. 7th pick is in now. Want to fire to this?
NBA draft. The Sacramento Kings select Darius Acuff Jr. from the University of Arkansas.
So Darius Acuff.
I think Acuff's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
When you watch drafts, and I'm sure I know people do this in the NFL with my favorite team. When you watch drafts and you see someone go to a team, is there a second where you're like, oh, no.
Yes.
Not there.
Absolutely.
Did you?
Everybody, right?
Is it fair to say that about the Kings?
I think so. You look very bummed.
I feel bad for him because I saw him go and a couple teams skipped him, and then he lands in Sacramento. And I have nothing against Sacramento. It's just they've been snake bitten. Even when they pick good players and they move on them.
Yeah.
For the wrong guys. I mean, obviously the biggest gaffe was not taking Luka.
I love how you preface that with, I'm sure people think this with football team.
You know what's funny? I was I really try not to do any sports talk when I just meet, new people. So I was out of town over the weekend and hanging at a pool, and we're talking to some dude who's from Texas, older guy who's from Katy in the H-Town area. And he was a big college football fan. He was talking about the Longhorns, and he started talking about the Texans. And I mentioned the Jets. Oh, we were talking about Arch Manning. And I was like, well, I hope the Jets get him. But I wouldn't blame the Mannings. I mean, I shouldn't be saying this as a Jets fan, but I wouldn't blame the Mannings if they're like, no, you know what? He's going to come back for another year to Texas. He's going to play 2 more years because he ain't going to the Jets. We still don't know officially if that's what Dante Moore did, the Oregon quarterback.
Yeah.
But maybe he did. You think Darius Acuff and his family are like, can we go back? Let's go back to Arkansas for another year. No, thank you. No, thank you, Sacramento. It's just some places are snake bitten.
Yeah.
They have no luck. Back in the back.
Stick your hand in there, Dave.
So we pulled some Schefter today. He was talking about the Sorsby case, Brendan Sorsby, Texas Tech quarterback, the gambling addiction. The NFL has just banned him, basically. They're not going to say it, but I'm going to say it. Because everyone else is kind of celebrating, like, hey, they got him. Gambling, it's the worst thing ever. You can't do it. You know the rules. Here's Schefter, and I'll tell you where he was. I'll give him credit. He did the interview, but I didn't like his points here. Very, very flippant about kid's future.
And there were never clear-cut answers. And like, the commissioner's got to decide to have it. I'm like, what is the issue? Well, the issue is that the league, despite any gambling partnerships, really does not want any part of gambling, no matter how serious it is or isn't. And anybody that has any role with that, anybody who has any accusations involved with gambling, even though the NCAA said that there were no integrity of the game violations, the league doesn't care. It's the league's supplemental draft, and the league does not want to create a supplemental draft this year for a player who has been accused of gambling.
Okay. But Josh Gordon with drug issues, that was okay. Terrell Pryor, who they irresponsibly suspended with whatever his deal was, the collectibles and NIL before it was NIL, they got in. They were good. So what is it? You're anti-gambling or you're not, NFL? And we have one more from him or just one? Fire the second one.
They don't have enough time to vet it. They don't care that they don't have enough time to vet it. It's easier for them to just say, we're not doing this. We don't want to do it. We're not making an exception for somebody who admitted to bet on games of a school that he was at, even if he was in his dorm room and the team was on the road at the time. The next time the league wants anything to do with him would be in the 2027 NFL draft. Now, I think
it said maybe.
That'd be great too. Maybe. Let's not only he can't come in the supplemental, but also penalize him next year. I'm being sarcastic. If they do that, that's completely outrageous. And shame on both of those guys, Pat McAfee and Schefter, like just whooping it up. He's totally flippant. Not to be mean, but let's see if something happened to his daughter where she was denied an opportunity down the road. You think Adam Schefter would fight for it? Oh, he'd battle. Believe me, he wouldn't just be all flippant at his lunch there. He was actually it was funny. He was having a lunch for like a guy was having a 60th birthday party, like 60 of his closest friends, and he set up the thing. So I'll give him credit on that one. But I just, this whole, hey, gambling is the worst thing ever deal. I don't know where you guys are coming from, man. I think you just looked for a kid to pick on, and now he's become this punching bag. And he can wait. Why? Why does he have to wait? Jeffrey Kessler's attorney said not having a supplemental draft is a violation of the CBA and the law. We will pursue this with the NFLPA. I pointed out that Freddie Coleman needs to get an attorney on the show because Freddie was crowing earlier. Well, he's not part of the NFLPA. It doesn't matter. The supplemental draft and the ability to have a supplemental draft is collectively bargained. So the NFLPA can back this kid, even though he's not officially a member. So, and they better, because this opens a Pandora's box. When you don't fight, it sets a precedent. So they better fight for the kid. We'll see what happens. I know you're more on the other side. I know I keep going on and on. I don't think what they've done in this case was the right thing. I think the NFL being super arrogant. And then I got to listen to, we had a text earlier on the Baylaw injury text line, and someone talked about integrity of the NFL. And I was like, well, there was no worry about integrity with Jim Harbaugh, who actually, the NCAA said he cheated to win a national title. He spied. He cheated. He didn't have a suspension coming in. No one ever mentions that. That's integrity of the game. That actually affected what happened on the field.
Right.
It changed results on the field.
Right.
It won him a national championship. But it's a coach, so they don't do that with coaches. They don't do that with owners. They don't do that with Mike Vrabel. That's not the integrity of the game.
I know.
This guy giving out freaking inside information and doinking a reporter and embarrassing his organization just like his owner did. By the way, Kraft, he didn't get suspended, did he? Integrity of the game. It's all this integrity in the NFL.
No, I hear you. I think I'm just like being careful about what to say and not to say, but I definitely hear you. And it does stink when you bring up the other guys that got the opportunity, whether it was drugs or what mistakes they made. But with gambling, it's like they don't think that could be fixed or he could get away from that. Now he's like,
yeah, no one can recover from a gambling addiction.
Yes.
Get out of here. All right.
Yeah.
Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs.